What's going on in the Philadelphia real estate market? Hi, this is Maria Quattrone, and today I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the Philly real estate market. So, people are all crazy and up in arms about what's happening in real estate. Are things selling? Are buyers not buying? Is the market softening in Philadelphia? Are buyers pausing? Is buyer power increasing? Is inventory increasing? And are homes still selling? So the answer is yes to all of the above. Homes are still selling. So one of the things I want to talk about today is some of the things that keep coming up. Inflation, yes. Gas prices are high, yes. There's a war, yes. Interest rates have increased, yes. But here's one thing I know that is true and is a fact. Buyers and sellers will always be buying and selling real estate. And here's why. People buy because they have a need, lifestyle reasons. Somebody's getting married, somebody's getting divorced, a family lost a loved one and need to sell the home, bankruptcy, people relocating. Always I say, where are you relocating to? LA. People moving to LA, moving to Florida, people taking a job and getting a promotion, people losing a job. There will always be sales in the real estate market. Buyers will always be buying and sellers will always be selling. And now the most motivated buyers and sellers will be buying and selling. What has happened over the last couple years has been an unprecedented time. Low, super low interest rates, abnormally low interest rates. Buyer demand due to pandemic. Buyers wanting to move to homes that are bigger, mostly bigger, not smaller, mostly bigger. We have some empty nesters smaller, but mostly people wanted a bigger home. They wanted more space to spread out, a bigger yard, more rooms for offices because of WFH, that's work from home, and lots of other things, but those are some of the things that they wanted. Now, what's happening is we are seeing a slight pause. Why are we seeing a slight pause? Well, there takes time to adjust to what the new normal is. By the way, the new normal that is coming is a normal marketplace. Homes should not sell in one day with 20 offers. They could sell in a couple days for sure if they're price rate in excellent condition or price rate and in terrible condition. Why do I say terrible condition? Because a home that's in terrible condition is an opportunity either for an investor or for another homeowner to make it their own. So those homes will always sell in very bad condition. They will sell with the price rate because an investor can buy them or a homeowner. So you have multiple buyer pool. Homes that are in excellent turnkey condition, there are some buyers that only want excellent turnkey homes. Most of them in today's market want excellent condition turnkey homes. It's the homes that are kind of in the middle of that. They're not gut rehabs. They're not brand new. I doesn't say brand new, but in excellent condition. Those are the homes that usually sit on the market the longest because they're usually priced more like the good condition homes. And there's other issues with that, even when they are priced right. Buyers want newer homes, so that means they need to get a contractor. Contractors are very hard to come by. Prices have increased to get contractors to come and actually do the work. So there's that, plus the time and effort and energy to renovate a property. And a lot of buyers aren't willing to do that. So what does all this mean? All this means is that I will say that we looked at all the research and we know that over the next several years, there will not be enough inventory for new household formations. And what does that mean? New household formations. That is when somebody who's renting a home, they decide to buy. Somebody who's living at the parents' house, possibly, or with friends, they decide to get together with another person and purchase a home. These new household formations are homes that currently are not, or excuse me, people that currently do not own a home. So for first time buyers, yes, please, if you can afford to buy. Right now, you're paying rent, and you're paying rent, you're paying 100% interest. So I say, well, what if the interest rate goes down? That's great. Hopefully, at some point they will. But here's the thing: you can buy the house now. So I say, marry the house and rent the rate. Marry the house and rent the rate. Yes, buy the house now. Get the best rate that you can. Possibly, it's maybe an ARM. We have a mortgage division of MQA. It's called Motto Mortgage Expert Solutions. We can actually help you determine if that's the right choice for you. But you might get an ARM for 5 years or 7 years. And that might be a good opportunity to get the payment where you need the payment to be to make that first home purchase. But we do know that over time, real estate does increase. You can look at a 40-year history. In fact, next week, I'm going to be talking about what's happened over the last 40 years in real estate and what we're going to expect over the next several years in real estate. So you'll want to turn in next Thursday morning for that. So if you are, again, a first time buyer, now is still a great time to buy a home. Because there's more inventory coming on the market, you will have more choices and you won't be in competition with 20 other people, because we know that some buyers will not be able to buy currently based on the payment. So that leaves more opportunity for people that can. So I would say do not give up. I know that there was a massive amount of buyer fatigue, and I'm sorry, very stressful. I understand it. And I will say now that if you have been looking and you paused, come back into the market, there are opportunities. We also are able to find our clients properties that haven't yet hit the market. We get a lot of sellers who call us and say, do you have a buyer? I don't want to go to market, but I'd be willing to sell to the right buyer. I don't want to do a lot of showings or anything like that, but I would be open to an offer. And so we're able to put opportunities together for the buyers and sellers, deals together for buyers and sellers because of our expertise in the marketplace and sellers knowing that we have a lot of buyers that we are working with. So there's that opportunity. Inventory. Yes, inventory is increasing. In some cases, in some price points, we are not getting showings. There is a pause. And so what is the answer to that? The answer is that we can sit and wait, or we can adjust the price to where the market is today. Because if something sold, say, for 500 6 months ago, it may not sell for 500 today. Actually, it probably will not sell for 500 today. So we cannot go backwards and use that comp. We have to look forward to what's happening right now. And right now, more than ever, it's super, super important that you work with an expert. You work with people who know what's going on in the market. They know how to navigate it, and they can guide you in the right direction. In the last, I would say, more than 2 years, 5 years, for lots of people, it's been easy in real estate because things would just sell. Things would just sell. And there wasn't a lot of skill involved. What we have in our company, I'm in the business for 18 years, Darius for 30, Eliza for 20, Lisa for 16, 17 years. We have a lot of people with a lot of experience. And what does that mean to you? That means if we've walked through 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, probably combined, I would say close to 10,000 transactions, that we've come across to a lot of scenarios, a lot of things that we've helped sellers and buyers walk through. Why? Because we've experienced it. I know for a fact back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, that if we were not the brokers on the transaction probably never would have happened. We have assisted so many families in getting out of situations that were very difficult transactions for lots of different reasons. Some of them financial, some of them entangled titles, some of them one actually, we had 12 heirs in this estate sale that we had to manage. Can you imagine 12 heirs, 12 decision makers? Of course, there's one administrator, but there were still 12 people to make a decision. Anyway, we've walked through so many different things, whether it is vacant land, new construction, rehab properties, single family homes, single family rental portfolios, regular buyer sellers, all kinds of situations. We work for clients from anywhere from literally a $20,000 lot to a $5 million right now we have listed, and we're actually negotiating a deal for a $5 million commercial property. So because we work with so many different types of people and clients, because we have expertise and we have an expert staff between commercial, residential, new construction, vacant land, and that allows us to be nimble. That allows us to think out of the box because we've walked where a lot of other people haven't. And so in this marketplace, it's really important who's on your side. And we want to be that person that's on your side, going over and beyond whatever we need to do to ensure that the transaction goes through. And you know what? I won't even say smoothly because that's a lie. No transaction is ever as smooth as can be. It's just not, because we cannot control the other parties. We cannot control what the other broker's doing or the title company or the mortgage company if we're not involved with them, or the inspection people, or the guy who's supposed to come and fix the roof. We have zero control of it. So what I do say to our clients is that we may not have control. It may be bumpy, but know at the end of the day that we have your back, that we will get this to the finish line and this will happen. So with that comes a lot of responsibility, and we take on that responsibility, and we want to take that weight off of our clients' shoulders. So like I started in the beginning, in any market, buyers will buy and sellers will sell. It's how motivated are you to do either of those things? And I had a conversation with some colleagues, REMAX leaders across the nation. On Tuesday, we have a mastermind call. And in this call, we had this talk about how your equity is not built. Not built. Your equity is in your home, but it's not yours until you liquidate. So somebody could say, well, my home's worth 800 and I have, $500,000 in equity. And I would say, okay, sure. You do, you might, you may not, you might have last year, but you don't because it's not real. It's not real until you actually sell that property, and that's liquidation. So it's the liquidation price. Our price that we price on the market is an estimate. It's an estimate of maybe what somebody is going to pay for it based on comps. But until you liquidate and the buyer purchases it, that's the price. So I know it sounds like, okay, no kidding, that's the price. No, a lot of people think, oh, I've seen it on Zillow. I've been watching the prices and this and that. If you're not selling your property, it doesn't matter how much equity you think that there is, unless you're going to do a home equity line of credit. Because until you sell that property that very day, it goes onto the market and it closes, that's when you get your money. So you could say, well, last year I would have gotten 100,000 more. You may have, but you weren't ready to sell your property. I have conversations all the time with sellers who say, well, I need to get this number. I need to get 650. And I said, okay, tell me more. Well, I put this into it and I put that into it, and I have, 600,000 into it. Unfortunately, the market is only going to pay what the market will bear, and we'll get you the highest price that the market will bear for this property. And a lot of times we put money into things that we don't always get out of. So I say, if you're motivated to get this property sold, then we can do it. But it doesn't matter what you paid for it. What if you paid $1? What if you paid $1 for the property? So if you paid 600 and it's not relevant. It's only relevant what a buyer is willing to pay today. And with that, we're going into a normalized market, which is good for everybody, normalized market. And while we're getting there, things are going to be a little bit bumpy. And that's okay because we got it. So next week, I'm going to be talking more about the marketplace, what's going on, what's happened over the last 40 years in real estate, and the value of investing in real estate. Because if you look back and you could see how much prices have increased, how much equity people have built over time, and you paid off your house, and now your house is worth, you have all these rentals that are worth $300,000 each, or $400,000, or $200,000. And over time, real estate has always been a great investment in our history here in the USA. So I'm excited to talk to you next week. I will be going live on Thursdays at 8 a.m. to talk all about real estate. This Thursday, today is June 30th. Wow, last day of June. Can you believe we're halfway through the year? I can't even believe it. Halfway through the year. Anyways, I wish everybody a happy 4th. Have a fantastic weekend with your family. Enjoy. And if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment. You can direct message me on Facebook. I do answer all messages. You can always call me at the office, 215-607-3535, for any real estate questions. I look forward to talking with you. And again, have a great weekend. See you soon.